So let's get started. Let's just start with our eyes closed. And I put an obstacle in my way right here. I got a post. It's going to be in my way, so I have to make some adjustments there. We're just going to start with our eyes closed. I'm a little forward in my chair right now. Yeah, just get settled in, get in our seats, where we feel comfortable. Hi, everyone. If you're new and just joining us, my name is Chris, and I'm with MS Focus. If you're joining on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We do this live every Thursday morning at 10:45 in the mornings when we gather and do about 45 minutes or so of some gentle movement. We incorporate yoga, we incorporate Tai Chi, we incorporate drumming, we incorporate a mix of stuff. But we do it in a gentle way, adaptive way, so it works for many folks across the land and across the sea. Hello, Helen, from over in England. Thank you for joining us today. Hope everyone is doing spectacularly well. We're just going to start off with some wrist movements, just to get the body moving. Yeah, so hope everyone had a nice weekend last week. Have nice plans this weekend. We're just going to warm up our arms and our wrists, squeezing, releasing, squeezing, releasing. Little kitten biscuits, if you will. Just going to grab a little kitten wood, going across. Let's get our fingers in. You know, I start with the fingers because it's the most accessible for most, and it's in the hands is typically what we use most. So I'm just pressing my fingertips together slowly and pushing them together with a little bit of resistance, nothing crazy. Deep breath in, twisting our wrists, spinning them around. Not too fast. I like to lead with my pinky and my thumb, and then catch up with all the other fingers. I'll play a little piano. We'll start on the left and work our way to the right. It's a very large piano, and we're going to stretch as far as we can over without leaning. Just moving our fingers as we come across. And you think of some great piano players and how their fingers had to like touch the top keys and the bottom keys at the same time. So we're going to open up. Who's a great piano player? Kamani, who's the greatest piano player you know? Maybe not. All right, we'll come back. All right, rotating our wrists. And start moving our elbows and shoulders, waking them up. So this past weekend, we had a taiko concert. Taiko is Japanese drumming. If you're not familiar, big drums, look like wine barrels. And I play in a group in Florida called Fushu Daiko, but no, I might have mentioned it before, 3,000 or 4,000 times. But we play, it's an ensemble about 8 or 9 of us, and we play very big drums. And one of the things I failed to do this weekend, being as kind of busy as it was starting to move our upper body left and right, shaking out our hands. But what I failed to do is properly warm up, properly stretch, because it does take a while. And we move really big drums. And so my shoulder got a little tweaked. So I didn't warm up properly. So I need to do what we do here. So I'm just going to start swinging my arms around, right? So I'm going to push out to the side, out to my right. I'm going to push both arms, stretch my left and my right and bring them up above my head. And then over to the left, like giant rainbow, right? I'm going to start now from the left to the right. Giant rainbow up and around, down to the right. Our fingers are outstretched, like rays of sun. And up and over again. Deep breath in as we go. One more time. Up and over. This time we're going to come halfway up. Right? Our chin up, our nose up, our eyes up. Deep breath in, catching the rays of the sun. Even if you're inside, it's okay. Sun's still out. And I'm twisting my arms back and forth and bringing them down slowly. We're going to relax on our knees for a moment and do right shoulder shrug. We're going to shrug our right shoulder, bring it up and back, and our left up and back. So I bring it forward first, then up, then back and down. So forward, up, back, and down. Doing one at a time. So we can focus on the movement. We do two at a time. Sometimes it's a little bit too much. We will get there today, but I just want to focus on one at a time, one movement at a time. Right? We're still getting the stretch in. Right? We don't need to overdo it. So I push forward, up, back, sit my shoulder back down. One more time on the left. Sitting in upright position, nice deep breath in. Our hands are on our knees. We're going to bring both of our shoulders in, up, back, and down. The back position, you start feeling your back being engaged. We're going to come back, up, forward, and down. One more time. Back, up, forward, and down. Right. Back, up, forward, and down. And this gets all the little bits, right? So all the small movements is when we don't use our big, our bunch of our extra muscles that we need. So we're just using the joint sort of muscles. I want to give some love to my elbow and arm. So I'm going to put my right elbow into my left hand and let it sit in front of my shoulder, in front of my chest. And I'm going to let my left arm do the work and just be gentle with my elbow. Bring up my arm, my right arm, bring it up and bring it down. Like an elevator, you bring it up on that side, you'll feel it underneath the scapula in the back. Right? This is just a nice way to do, to have some assistance. Right? We need to borrow our other arm to help. I'm going to switch. So now my left elbow is in, you can either cup it or sometimes make a fist and just put your elbow on it or underneath it. Usually I put it just on the forearm, not actually on the elbow, because it's a lot of nerves and stuff in there, especially where the funny bone is. So I put it a little bit above on my forearm. Let my hand dangle loose And just lift up with my right arm and it elevates my left. Deep breath in, let's do it a couple more times. And this helps elongate the back muscles, or the back muscle that this is helping. And it also is resistance for the right. So we're going to go back to the right. Same thing. It's going to elevate my shoulder. This is stretching. This is not for strength. This is just so you should feel muscles, a muscle in your back and your shoulder. No pain, right? But you should feel it elongating slightly. So it just helps stretch it. And what stretching does is helps bring blood flow. Because it's like, oh yeah, it's moving. That needs some blood flow there. Deep breath in, up and down, one more time. And sometimes if you ever have, there's partner yoga. There's a thing called partner yoga. So if you have someone who you can work with, they can do sometimes stretching for you, which is very interesting. But make sure it's someone who's trained, knows what they're doing. And there are instructors who do this, where you have maybe your shoulders locked up, but it could still move. It's not painful, but it's tough to get it up yourself. Sometimes partner yoga is good. It can get a little bit deeper of a stretch. And yeah, so, and it can be anyone. So yeah, let's take a deep breath in, pause for a moment, recenter. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's go back to shoulder shrugs. What I'd like to do is both just straight up to our ears. Both shoulders straight up to our ears and down, let them drop, right? So it's a little bit quicker of a movement. We're going to go slow up to the ears. So it's scrunchy, not where it's painful, and just let them drop down. One more time. Bring it up, squeeze, not too hard, and down. So what this does is this will help the neck. So we're starting to loosen the neck up, bring it up and down. All right. So I'm going to take my nose and I'm going to look to my left. I'm going to try to get my nose where my ear just was. Just slowly over to the left, not quick at all, right? There's no oncoming traffic. We're not trying to cross the street. Nice and slow. And you might notice that it opens up maybe a little lightheadedness, right? We're releasing some of that energy in the neck, which holds, and that's where all the cables go through for everything, right? That's where all the cables go through the body. So we got to be gentle with that. Think of the neck like an electric cable. It has everything, come in and go. Same thing with the heart. And back to the center. Over to the left. Back to the center, nice and slow. Now up and down. We just said no, but now we're saying yes. Elongate the neck slowly. Try to keep a good posture. For me, it's not easy sometimes. My shoulders naturally want to curve in. Well, maybe not naturally, but that's what they do. So sitting in a chair, like office chairs, and being on computers, that happens. So that's why this is so important. Yeah, elongate, stretch my chin so it comes up, pushing to the sky and down. And I'm going to scrunch my face when I do this as I come down. Because that pulls all the face muscles. Right? And we're going to come up. We do have muscles in our face. That's how we smile, right? Well, they need to be stretched too. Same thing with the chin. Come back up, stretch the chin, and elongate. Back down. So we did a turn. Now we're going to do a bend with our neck. Or did we already do that? I don't think so. So I'm going to try to touch. And if we did, still feels good. Let's do it again. And then my neck, so my left ear is almost touching my right shoulder. But my right shoulder is low. I'm not trying to actually touch it. I come back up to the center. And to the right. Deep breath in, nice and slow. Sometimes when I get here, I do a half yes. Right, where I try and say yes, just so I move back and forth a little bit. Back to the center. This can get us lightheaded again. So we want to be gentle. Be mindful. If you need to stop, stop, please. You can grab the side of your chair. You can sit back in your chair if you feel any sort of way. Deep breath in. And exhale back to the center. It's not necessarily a bad feeling once you get used to it. It's just I don't want to stand up right now feeling. Wouldn't be safe. That's like we go into another dimension almost. Like, whoa. And one more time to the left. And don't go all the way if you don't feel comfortable doing that. And back to the center. All right. Let's lift. We're going to lift some boxes. Right? We got our shoulders working. We need to get our lower back now, right? We've done a lot of the upper stuff. Let's work on the lower back. Right? So we're going to lift some boxes. Right? We're just going to, and we're not going to use, we're just going to, they're light enough. We're just going to come in front and grab a box, bring it up, turn to our right, place it on the shelf, and come back down. Grab another box, take it, turn, twist, place it up on the left. Come back, center, another box. Grab it, lift it all the way up, and push it to the top. All right, come back to the center. I'm going to put it a little bit more. I'm going to grab another box. Not going to go as high this time, but we are going to reach a little bit. Place a box. Come back to the center. Grab a box. Bring it up. Go about halfway up, maybe 3/4. Stretch a little bit deeper, bend a little bit more, put that box away, come back to the center. Just little bits at a time, light boxes filled with styrofoam. Okay. Like the recycled styrofoam, not the bad styrofoam. Here we go. All right, so we have another box. We're going to use our muscles, put this one right in front of us and push it back using our lower muscles. Right, hopefully engage those. We have 3 more boxes. Grab another box. Going to reach a little bit farther, but it's not going to be as high. Deep breath in, come back to the center. I went to the left, right? So we're going to go to the right this time. Reach as far as you can without falling. Right? And back. And make sure we keep our head, nose, and chin up. One more box, we're going to grab it. This is a smaller box, we're going to squeeze. Let's see if we can fit it in here. We're gonna squeeze using our arms and our shoulders, and we're gonna push it way back, way back. Reaching out with our fingers and making sure it gets all the way to the back. All right, coming back down. By the way, if you hear that funny horn, I don't know if you did or didn't, but that's a lunch truck in Miami for all the construction crews. They go around, little like little food distribution vehicle. I wouldn't call it a, I would not call it a food truck, although it is Miami stuff. They have coffee in the back. It's very nice, cafecito. We're gonna shake out our arms. All right, as much or as little as you want, just shake them out. And grab a spear. Now, why? I just had a box. Now I'm gonna grab a spear. It's okay. It's that kind of day. All right. So, or you can chop wood, whichever you'd like, whichever visual you'd like. I'm gonna pull it like I'm grabbing a lightning bolt from way up high with my right arm and my left, because it's big. And I'm gonna pull as best I can and place it into the ground to my left. So a diagonal motion. And I'm gonna look where I place it. I'm gonna come up on the left. Could be a rope, could be a javelin, could be an axe. Doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna, from my left, place it on my right. Other side, right hand side. All right, gonna grab and pull. Left hand side. My right's helping, but the left's doing the majority of the work. My arm's all outstretched. I'm looking back. I can see it. I'm gonna grab and pull over to my right. One more time on the right. Grab and pull. Remember to breathe here. And to the left, grab and pull as much as we can. Back to the center. All right, whew, we're doing a lot of work today. All right, so let's take a little break, go on a canoe trip. All right, so I'm going to do the same sort of motion, but not as deep. I'm going to start on my left, grab my canoe pole and canoe. Switching to the right. Flowing almost like a figure eight or infinity that's on its side. Taking a nap. Okay, so we're just going to flow around like little butterfly wings. Stretching our right on the right side, grabbing our canoe pole. We're really going from the left to the right. Now the right to the left. And the left to the right. And the right to the left. All right. All right. Woo. I'm gonna bring my arms all the way up over my head. Lean back slightly. Deep breath in. Just start leaning forward. All right. Make sure you're secure in your seat. Your legs are firm as we do this, right? As best as they can be. Right? Pressing into the ground is a great way to make sure they're in a good spot. All right, so if you press your entire foot into the ground, we're going to come down. Trying to keep a flat back. Sometimes that's tough. If I find myself and I need to adjust, I'll slightly come back up and then go down. We want a flat back with our chin up, our neck, nose up, hands in front of us. Touch if we can. I'm not there today, so I'm going to come back up. Using my lower back to raise back up, nice and slow. We're going to do this one more time. Well, a couple more times. We're going to raise up our arms. Deep breath in, lean back. Push forward, back straight. We're going to touch It's best we can. I'm gonna keep my hands out. If I can, I'm gonna touch the floor. If I can't, no big deal. Right, my lower back might be a little sore today. Oh, look, I was able to make it on the second try. So I'm just gonna hang here for a second. Now, when you're here, we want to make sure our nose is up, our chin is up, and our head is up, right? If we drop down, it can fill with make us really dizzy. All right, so you just want to make sure that we're looking at the camera, looking at the screen, and we come back up slowly with our hands coming up, up, as if we're holding Simba from the Lion King, and then out to the side. It was Simba, right? I get that's right. I hope that's right. Okay. One more time. We're coming up. Deep breath in. Coming down slowly, straight back, chin up, head up, nose up. Coming straight down, touch the ground if you can. If not, you can stop at your knees, totally cool. I like doing that sometimes, stopping at my knees, still keep my chin and head up, and I can get a little bit lower, and then I use my arms to help me come back up, right? Sometimes that day is not there where we're not going to make it all the way down. It's totally okay. All right. Cool. Now I'm going to lift my right arm up, bring it over to my left leg, just on my left arm. I'm going to try to look. This is kind of a neck / back / shoulder thing. I'm going to try and look behind my back if I can. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling and releasing. Left hand side coming up, over to the right. Twisting, trying to look behind me. My shoulders are as parallel as I think they are. I want them more so up than bent over, and the straight back as best I can. Deep breath in. If it feels too tight in your chest, you don't have to go so loosen up, right? Do what you can. Everybody is different, right? Awesome. Now, it's really tough to do hip work in a chair. The best you can kind of do, at least that I'm aware that I know that I can share with you that's safe to me, is just pushing back in the chair, kind of leaning back and lifting a hip, right? Because what happens is our inner hip, we can get locked up in here, especially if we're sitting for a long time. So it's kind of a left hand on your knee, if that feels okay, just as a balance. Push off, twist a little bit, looking back. You just want to try to get your thigh away from your hip, like just that little section, lower hip section. It's not so graceful necessarily, which is totally okay. Not all movement is, but it's all good. We have cameras off typically, and I tend to keep my eyes closed when I teach. So, yeah. All right. So let's see. Oh yeah. All right. So we're going to start walking. Work on the lower section. All right, so we start walking. I have shoes on today. Felt a little bit like Mr. Rogers earlier. Put my socks and shoes on. I just need a little sweat. I figured since we've been doing some boxing, I would wear, and I haven't worn the shirt in a while, I would wear a shirt of the GOAT, Muhammad Ali. Nice man. Very nice. Got to meet him once in my hometown. He came through. It's a military base. And he signed, he had cookies called Champ Cookies. And I remember he was at the PX and came to sign autographs, and I got to meet him. I didn't necessarily know who he was at the time, but it was really cool. My dad was a big fan. All right, we're walking faster. One thing about Muhammad Ali was when he trained, he put on heavy boots when he ran. And he was from Kentucky. Was it Kentucky? Yeah, Kentucky. And he would run the hills of Kentucky. These heavy boots on. And when he took off the boots, he could super fast. So we're just walking. So pretend you have some heavy boots on. Right? I know you're like, Chris, really? Heavy boots? I need that in my life right now? Well, we're just pretending. You don't actually have them on. We're just pretending. So we're just going to lift up our knees to chest as best as we can. Deep breath in, slowing down. Right, we just want to get our legs stretched. Very nice. All right. And our ankles as well. So we just want to make sure that we're getting these going too. All right. All right. Well, I think with this shirt kind of inspires me to do a little boxing today. I don't know why. Maybe we can do some of that. We've done it before. So we're going to be floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. Right? So I'm going to move my feet and bring my arms up. Actually, let's stop our feet. Let's just bring our arms up. We just warmed up our feet. Let them relax for a second. I'm going to bring our arms up. Not going to put them in a fist yet. Right? I'm just going to have my arms directly in front of me. Right? Turn our hands, close our hands. Right? Thumbs on the outside, not thumbs on the inside. Thumbs on the outside. Right? Don't want thumbs on the inside because if you hit something, very bad. So we want to make sure thumbs are on the outside. Right? All right, so we're going to do some blocking first. We're going to go to our right, nice and slow. To our left, super slow-mo. To our right, super slow-mo. To our left, super slow-mo. Up, super slow-mo. Up, super slow-mo. So if you've not done this before, what we're doing is keeping my fist in the center, right? And really just turning my elbow up and lifting my shoulder. Right? Elbow out, lift up, back down, right? Side to side is pretty simple when it's just regular. And then we go down. So we're going to go bring our hand down, our right hand, just we're using our shoulder. Our elbow just drops down. Right, we don't, it's never 90 degrees. If you can get it to 90 degrees, that's awesome. I'm stopping like at less than 45. Right, so just down and down. Right, not even, is that 45? That's 90. 270, I think I'm stopping at. It's 45. Right, sorry. Not that great at geometry yet. So we're going to block to the outside, then up and up and down and down. All right, we're going to go the outside, up, down and down. To the right, to the left, up to the right, up to the left, down and down. All right. Now we're going to throw a punch. All right. And I keep my hands nice and soft. Don't squeeze. Right. Because if you squeeze, we're using our muscles. We don't want to use our muscles yet. We're gonna squeeze at the end. All right, that's when we want our muscles to contract. So I'm gonna punch with my right, punch with my left. To the face, right? Hands in front of me, to the face, quick ones, jab and jab, to the face, jab, 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 two quick ones, jab, jab. All right, we're not gonna have a fight today. We're just gonna we're working in the gym, right? We're not gonna do the speed bag. Well, we might, right? We're just gonna do a little sparring today, right? So to the face, just quick jabs. Right? 3, how about 3? 1, 2, 3. Now 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick jabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick jabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick jabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now we're going to do a right cross where we just come across. Right, so we're going to lift our shoulder up, come across to the right, lift our shoulder up, come across to the left. Make sure if you have anything in your way, that you move it, or you're mindful of it, or adapt to it. We don't want to hit our shoulders, elbows, any of that stuff. All right, so we're going to come up, another right cross, another right, left cross, right cross, left cross, right cross, left cross. And you picture a target in front of you, right? Right cross, left cross, right cross, left cross. Right? We can do an uppercut. So we're going to come deep from down below and uppercut. Deep from down below. We're pulling our elbows back. So left side, elbow goes back. Boom, uppercut. Elbow goes back, uppercut. Elbow goes back, left side, uppercut. Elbow goes back, left side, uppercut. Elbow goes back, left side, uppercut. Right? Body blow. This is kind of like a right cross, but lower. Right? So we're going to body blow and body blow. It's somewhere between an uppercut and a right cross. Right? So it's a little bit more angled. So this is a body blow. Right? This is to the uppercut, like comes to the chin, all the way up to the chin. The body blow stays low. So we're going to reach a little bit farther out. All right. Sounds like ducks. I don't know what that is. All right. And then haymaker. Haymakers are fun. This is true because the haymakers, when they make the hay, they come over. So that's where it gets the name. So we're going to make a fist as we come over. Haymaker, just drop it on the person's boom, right? I'm not a violent person, but this is, you have to kind of picture that. And you come up and over. Right? Even in taiko, when we drum, we like it's not a person, but it's you hit in a very certain spot to make the movement. And if you notice, it's kind of a dance what we're doing. A little crazy dance. I wouldn't do it out in public. Well, maybe I would, but just over the top. Boom. Can't get past the haymaker. Just from way back as far as you can. All right. Back to the center. Couple more jabs to the face. Just keep it going. Get a nice flow going. Now start incorporating your feet. Right with right, left with left. Right with right, left with left. Keep straight back. Start putting a little bit more oomph in, right? Start doing a little bit more twisting. If you're doing karate, you'd bring your hand. If we're doing karate, we bring our hands all the way back, like in a holster, and then spring out. Boxing isn't that way because you're defensive a little bit more with your hands up like this. So we're just going to twist. Throw some right crosses, left crosses, get a little bit deeper twist. Uppercuts from down below. Body blows. Keep moving. Feet I stopped. Bad instructor, bad instructor. All right, keep moving your feet. But if you don't feel like moving your feet, stop, right? But if you can remember to do it, it's all right. And then the haymaker over the top, haymaker over the top, haymaker. This is going crazy. All right, cool. All right. All right, cool. So we have about 15 minutes. Let's see, let's do a real sparring thing, right? So we warmed up enough. All right, feeling good. Shake our hands out a little bit. We'll go for 5 minutes, how about a couple rounds, just sparring, nothing crazy, right? So we have our defensive moves, we have our offensive moves. So let's embody the spirit of the great Muhammad Ali, floating like butterflies and stinging like bees, all right? So I'm just gonna try and keep my legs bouncing as best I can. I'm gonna bring up my arms, right? He liked to do the stutter step, right? Where he like rope-a-dope. Then he had the rope-a-dope where he did his arm like such. So let's rope-a-dope real quick. He would hold one arm up, so it was left, and he would swing his other arm and then punch him with the left sometimes. So you'd have him looking over at the right and get him with the left. Let's switch, rope-a-dope the other side. This is just, all we're doing is really windmilling with the fist, right? Right side, rope-a-dope. Left side, rope-a-dope. Right side, rope-a-dope. Left side, rope-a-dope. I think I just like saying rope-a-dope. All right. Now we're ready to go, because now we got all the moves. All right. What are we missing? Let's see. Oh yeah, we're beautiful. That's right. We're beautiful people. That's what we're. Let's remember that. All right. Here we go. And we put our hands up. As the lunch truck goes by in the background, in the distance, we're really going to go for it this time. All right. So we're going to do a mix of, and just kind of do what you do. I'm going to call out some stuff, but if you land a right cross instead of a left uppercut, totally cool, right? So we're just going to go. I'm going to pretend I'm hitting a speed bag. So I'm just going to do a bunch of jabs back to back and basically rotate my arms like this. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. We're going to do some speed bag work. Go forward. Our sparring partner's still getting their gloves on. They're slow. It's okay. So we're just going to do some speed bag work. Forward and reverse. Forward and reverse. And forward again and reverse. All right. They ready? You sure? Okay. Let's step into the ring. All right, here we go. Arms up. All right, ready? No tension. Nice and loose. Nice and loose. Flowing like the wind. Right? Like water. We're good. All right. So we're going to start doing some defensive moves. They're going to try and hit this. So I'm just going to try and block it. Oh, that one got. Oops. All right, now I'm almost done. To be honest. All right, so I'm going to do some more defensive moves. Be better at my defense. Up and down. Block, block, block. I'm going to get him a couple jabs. 4 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go back to defense. Typically just raising my arms or opening up to the side. Jab, 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 jab. Back to defense. Pawn them away. You can also paw them away, right, in the front. So it's not always like side to side. It can be pawn them away. And when you palm them away, you get them with the jab. Palm them away, get them with the jab. Palm them away, get them with the jab. Palm them away, get them with the jab. Jab, jab, jab. Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. uppercut, haymaker, haymaker. That was really a right cross, but more of a haymaker over the side. Right. It's a good thing they have a face mask on today, because their mama wouldn't recognize him after today. Here we go. All right, it's going to do some uppercuts. Pawing at him. Was it these hands are rated E for everyone? I think that's one of the, I saw a cat meme like that. It's like these paws are rated E for everyone. So we're just swinging our arms, doing a little haymaking, doing some uppercuts, haymaker, some jabs. Move your legs if you feel so inclined. I'm just going to move my feet, my right with my right and my left with my left. I'm not doing any big jumps today. Right? Deep breath in. Make sure checking in with our body, making sure our back is straight. We've got plenty of breath. Going for it. Going for it. Uppercut. Uppercut. Over the top. Over the top. Over the top. Over the top. Keep going. Keep going. All right. Keep going. All right. Illegal move. Double uppercut. And the double uppercut. Maybe not illegal. Probably not the smartest thing to do. But it feels good when we're actually doing some stretching. So double uppercuts. Yeah. Double jabs. You really want to give them the business. Double haymakers over the side. Double body blows. Just don't hit yourself too hard. Double body blows. Boom. Double jabs. Deep breath in. And just some uppercuts. Swing back into place. All right, very nice. Let's sit back and take a break real quick. I'm gonna sit back in my chair. Keep my posture up, my nose up, my chin up. Smile on my face. Might not look like I'm smiling, but I'm smiling on the inside. All right. And just start settling in. Hoping everyone's having a good day today, wherever you're at. I know there's some people, there's a lot going on in the world, and especially our neighbors over in Fort Myers, we're thinking of them. And so I'm just very grateful that we're able to get together like this on Thursdays, and just kind of come together for some time for ourselves. And I appreciate you taking time for yourself, coming to join us. And if you're on YouTube, please join us live on Thursdays. Or if you're not able to, this is perfect. We'll make jokes for you as well. And we want to make sure that you're included as well in what's going on. So we're just going to start slowing down. Maybe some last minute twists with our back. Deep breath in and twist out. Inhale and exhale. Start slowing down. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions, please, you can send me an email. I'm not really able to, I don't really check the comment section on YouTube very much. So if you just send me an email, that would probably be easier. It's Chris at MS Focus. That's msfocus.org. So Chris at msfocus.org. If you have any suggestions or anything that you would like added or taken away, except the bad jokes, they just happen. Sorry about that. Or if you have any bad jokes, please, I'll give you credit. All right. So we're just slowing down, eyes closed. I'm gonna lean back, stretch my legs out a little bit. Yeah, taking it easy. So we're getting into the fall season. It's cooling down, depending on where you're at. Starting to cool down. And hope everyone has lots of good things coming forward. The ironic thing about these the hurricanes is that the days after are beautiful. Like after a hurricane comes through, if you've never been through one or a really bad storm, it's amazing how the landscape not only changes, but how the weather just becomes amazingly beautiful. So yeah. And we're just slowing down, nothing to do, nowhere to go, hands on our knees, taking deep breaths in. We do have some other classes. You can check our schedule at msfocus.org. We have a Tai Chi class, which is really nice. I believe that's on Fridays. And Tai Chi is definitely an art form. And then there's also yoga, which is a little bit different on Mondays, a little bit different art form. So what we do today is just kind of, it's a little improv, but it's really just to get a stretch. So we could, if we want to do a heavier workout later, we can, or it's good for the end of the day, or just to get the day started. Got a little bit of energy. So, but if you wanted to do some strength training, do that next. Right. I'm going to return from where I began, and that is with my wrists. I'm going to come back a little bit more forward on the chair. Once we do that, once we start squeezing and punching and stuff like that, we want to revisit our wrists again and our shoulders and our elbows. Not that we have to re-stretch them, but we have to acknowledge the work that they did and just check in with them, right? That we didn't punch something weird or whatever, because that can happen. So I like to check in with my hands, wrists, shoulders, and elbows. Everything feels good. We lifted boxes today. We did some boxing as well. Not sure what the theme is. Did some canoeing. It's very strange too. It's very fun. Spears, lightning bolts. I think we covered a lot of ground. I think we did. I hope you don't mind that I keep my eyes closed. It just keeps any distractions outside away. I hope you guys don't mind that. If you do, let me know, and I'll try a little bit different, maybe sunglasses or something, but I try to keep the distractions away, the visual distractions. So, all right, just going to finish up and give some thanks for you guys being here, and we'll see you again next week.